Hi guys, and welcome to my second YouTube video. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at some of the unique weapons in Demon Slayer. I will be covering all of the Pillar's weapons in this video, so please make sure to like this video and subscribe for more anime and manga content. I'll also include my other social media here. So what is a Nichiren blade? A Nichiren blade is a special blade that is made for members of the demon court, that way they can slay demons. It's made of really interesting ingredients, so all of these ingredients are gathered by a mountain closest to the sun. It's called Mount Yogo, and on this mountain the ingredients bathe all year round in sunlight. And the blades are made up of this iron scarlet sand and this scarlet ore, which absorbs the sunlight. These are also color-changing katana, as we saw in the anime. Once someone pulls this sword out, it will change to their color, and it fits the user. It will only change to that one color. If a second person were to pull out the same sword, it will not change to their color. It also is said that there is a certain amount of skill that is required in order for your blade to change colors. It is not something that happens for everyone. Starting right now with the water pillar Giyu. He has a standard Nichiren blade in both size and in shape. If you look at the very end of it where the pommel is, you can see it is a deep fuchsia color. This matches the handguard on the blade. Now moving down to the grip, which is a white and teal with a diamond cutout like pattern. If you keep going further down, you see the handguard, which is bronze center, and it has this deep fuchsia border which matches the pommel. Now moving down to the blade, which is a core of deep blue. Blue Nichiren blades are usually associated with those who practice water breathing. His blade has this engraving which can translate to destroy demons or directly translates to destroy evil demons. The sheath he carries his blade in is a deep black color, and I want to point out that he also has an identical, if not the same, sword as Sabito. Next we have the insect pillar Schnobu, who has a modified Nichiren blade that was modified for her by the chief of the swordsmith village. This blade is really cool. Starting at the pommel, you can see that it is orange and that matches both the handguard and the grip of the blade. Moving down to the grip, it is a orange and aqua blue with a cutout diamond-like pattern. If you move down to the handguard, you can tell that it is either a butterfly or flower-like shape, aqua blue in color, trimmed in orange, and it has engravings of plants or flowers on it. From the handguard down, it is no longer like a standard Nichiren blade, and instead the blade is replaced with a rod that resembles an insect stinger. This is the coolest modification. So the blade is used to inject demons with wisteria poison, and another thing that was modified for her was her sheath, which is used to not only carry poisons but also to mix poisons and to load them into her blade. I also want to note that Shnobu's poisons are made by her, and it's something that is very difficult to do. Next up we have the flame pillar Rengoku, who has a standard Nichiren blade in both size and in shape. As you can see, the pommel of his blade is orange and there's a small yellow design on it. The grip of his blade is white, and you move down to the handguard, and the handguard is a flame-like pattern with a red core and a surrounding border of orange. Later on, Tanjiro will get this handguard and use it on his own blade. Like the rest of the other pillars, he has the same engraving on his blade, and on each side of the blade you can see this red flame-like pattern. It's very cool. I love it. The core of the blade is red, and he carries it in this white grayish sheath. Next up, we have the very flamboyant sound pillar, Uzui. Uzui is way too flamboyant to have just a standard Nichiren blade, and instead has opted for dual Nichiren cleavers. These are very cool and reminiscent of nunchucks. Now, the end of both of these cleavers is gold, and they're connected together with a metal chain. If you look at the grip on both of these cleavers, you can see it is red and green with a cutout diamond-like pattern. Now, the handguard is very intricate. It is a golden colored circle with 4 indentions, and it has this maroon circle inside of it with 4 lines connecting to the border, which is green. The core of his dual Nichiren cleavers is amber, and like the rest of the pillars, he has the same engraving on his weapons. His cleavers are also way too big to put in any kind of sheath, so instead he opts to wear them on his back, sometimes wrapping them in some kind of cloth like we see Inosuke do. Now it's time for my favorite pillar, the love pillar Mitsuri Kanroji. She has a modified Nichiren blade, which was also modified for her, or presumed to be modified for her, by the chief of the swordsmith village. It has a pommel of pink, and the grip on it is a light blue and pink with a cutout like diamond pattern. The handguard is a 4-leaf clover design with a pink inside and a golden border. Now, after the handguard, it no longer resembles a standard Nichiren blade, but instead resembles more of a whip. It is very long and flexible and very thin. This works perfectly for Mitsuri. In fact, she's the only one who's able to use her weapon without getting some sort of accident, and it works this well for her because she is so flexible. The core of her blade is a dark pink color, and like of the rest of the pillars, she has the same engraving on it. The sheath for her blade is really cute. It is white with a pink tip on it, and because her blade is like a whip, she has to fold it numerous times in order to get it to fit into her sheath. Moving on to the snake pillar Igoro, who has a twisted katana. This is a very cool weapon. From the side, it looks like either a snake or a wave. Starting with the pommel of this blade, which is gold and is connected to the grip, which is a purple and lavender color and sort of intertwining together. Moving down to the handguard, it is a circular gold handguard and it has 2 snakes and they are surrounded by some plants engraved on it. Under that is the blade, which, like all the other blades, has the same engraving on it and has a core of lavender. Because this has such a unique shape, there wasn't a scabbard that could fit it, so he had to get a scabbard custom made in order to be able to pull out his sword vertically instead of horizontally. Next up, we have the wind pillar Sanemi, who has a standard Nichiren blade in size and in shape. Starting at the pommel of this blade, which is a forest green color, moving down to the grip, you can see part of the grip is wrapped in white and the center part is black with a green cutout like diamond pattern peeking through. If you move down to the handguard, it is a very strange shape. It is an 8-point shape. The inside of it is the hunter green color and the outside border is silver. Moving down to the blade, it has the same engraving as all of the other pillars, as I mentioned before, and the core of this blade is a forest green color. There's also a pattern alongside both sides of the blade, which resembles a beast's jaw or a beast's teeth. And the sheath for this blade is also unique because it appears to have these silver scars or silver markings alongside it. Next, we have the Pillar of the Mist, Muichiro, who has a standard Nichiren blade in both size and in shape. Now, the pommel of this blade is a gold color, and the grip of this blade is black with a mint green diamond cutout-like pattern. Moving down to the handguard for the blade, which is gold, it has a rectangle-like pattern, and on each corner of the rectangle, there are other hollowed-out smaller rectangles. Moving down to the blade, which has the same engraving as the rest of the pillars, and the core of this blade is white. I also want to note that the sheath that he carries his blade around in is black. And last, but certainly not least, is Gyome, who does not have a standard Nichiren blade, but instead has a Nichiren spiked flail and axe, which is just so cool. Now, this weapon is made up of the same materials that Nichiren blades are made up of. They're not very elaborate, they're pretty plain, they're silver in color, and you can see the flail is connected to the axe by this long chain. On the hilt of the axe is where the engraving is that all of the pillars have on their weapons, and the coolest part about this is not the way it looks, but how Gyome uses it. Now, Gyome is blind, and so he relies on the echoing and sounds of the chains in combat in order to fight, and I think that is just so cool. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to check out my videos. Every week, I will be posting weekly content. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe and follow me on my other social media. Have a wonderful day, guys.